What's your challenge?
Okay, so we moved into the condo.
Get one more table.
Do you like how it turned out?
Debbie, can you get one more table? I help you. Hello, and welcome back to this week's edition of WWRD. I'm Rebecca Robeson, and this is Sugar Robeson. This past week, we actually lost Roxy. She went to doggy heaven, and it's been a tough week. So Sugar's been coming to work with me. And I actually thought it was perfect because this week's winner of What Would Rebecca Do happens to be a pet lover herself. She's from California. Her name is SANDEE RENSHAW. Sandy and her furry friends need some help with their living room, but how about I let her tell you all about it.
Hi Rebecca, my name's SANDEE RENSHAW from Cypress, California, and this is my challenging room. We have our TV on this side with a media unit. Cat tree's kind of optional. Really big opening that leads into the rest of the house. The table's gonna go, so it's basically a lot of floor space here, and we're just trying to figure out what to do.
So if you're wondering, what would Rebecca do? Let's go take a look. All right, Sandy, let's get started. First, I'm going to talk to you about furniture placement. Because your room is so long and skinny and narrow, I'm going to say yes. Go ahead and do your 3 entertainment pieces here. But instead of doing these corner DVD shelves, do not do that. This will only make your room look and feel longer and narrower by putting everything along that wall. Instead, we're going to stop it and have some drywall left over here. By stopping those shelves early, we'll actually make the room feel and look a little bit more well proportioned. I'm going to suggest that we do 2 quarter-size sofas. And you're going to have to make sure that before you buy this furniture, you lay it out on the floor as a template. You don't want to buy it and find out it doesn't work. Here are 2 black ones. Again, you'd have to make sure that it fits. If you want to go a little bit more traditional, you could pick something like this. It still has a modern line to it, but you see here in the middle, that separates and these come apart. Now, if you wanted to do this, for example, this is a modular unit. You would not get this one, and you would not get this one, but you'd get this and this. This one's much more contemporary, probably more expensive too. It looks like it's leather. Personally, I would choose the blue-green, but the leather is actually a really good choice when you have pets. Over here, underneath of the windows, I'm going to add some DVD storage for you, and these are going to be low units, just like your media units, okay? Now, if we do what you suggested and put the media pieces down this way, and then you fill this back in over here, like that. Again, it's black. Look how nice and big that whole piece, that whole unit is. Now remember, the TV is going to go up a little bit. You're going to hang it on the wall. Don't go too high, just a little higher than it is so that it's mounted. And then on either side, I would get 2 pieces of art. You don't want to go horizontal. This would all look like one long thing, which you want to break that up. I think these 2 pieces need to be the same exact size, and they need to be companion pieces of art. Here's some that I found. Let's say this. This would add the red and the great colors. I think your walls are gray, so this adds some really nice depth and impact. I would probably do this with, say, this sofa right here with the black, and then you've got your black furniture. Wouldn't that look great? You could go with something more neutral if that's more your taste, in which case something like a cream-colored leather sofa would look great. So guys, I know that art is very subjective. And this is not intended to say, use this art. You may not like that art, but it's just to give you the concept. I think this is really pretty. And look at that, if you wanted to go with your sofa in that turquoisey color, and then you've got your black furniture where your television is, I think it's a wonderful look. So leave us a comment below and let Sandy know, which color palette do you think she should go with? Cut the cat tree. I would take, as you know, to the ceiling, your window treatments, come in just inside of that white vinyl, just inside. So if you pull it over too far, you guys, you'll see the edge of your window, and then you lose that really amazing illusion that you're trying to make where people don't really know. Because most people put their window treatments on windows, If you do this right and you don't show where the edge of that window is, most people are going to think your window is much wider than it is. So remember, window treatments go on the what class? Do I hear you? Fill in the blank. And valances as well, they go to the ceiling. So I would put a valance across the top. I would have exterior mount roller shade that comes down and it stops right about here. So that, again, you don't know where that window begins and ends. Can you see what I'm saying? Look, when this is all covered like this, look at that. You see your window like this? People would think that window goes all the way up and the window goes all the way out. It doesn't, but that's an illusion. So now you have the ability with this roller shade to roll this all the way down when you're watching TV, or roll it up, and when you roll it up, you roll it just at the top of the window, just below the top of the actual window itself. Remember I talked about doing that piece of furniture here? So you have one more of those media units, although you wouldn't use it for media. You could put it with baskets in it and that kind of a thing. But basically, it's got all your DVD storage. So now there's a piece of furniture underneath of that window, and that whole thing is now filled in really nicely. As far as color, let's just go back to this assumption that we're doing this. I would probably do these window treatments in gray. I think that gray on the gray would look nice. I don't want these to be dark. I think it's just too much and it would make your room look smaller. Or I would do white. Look how pretty it would look with this white in the art. That little bit of white would just make that pop and look great. Sandy, I think you know this, but please put baseboards around that room between the carpet and the bottom of the wall. It'll give it a finished look. All right, now let me talk to you about lamps. I wanted to address this specifically because I often recommend table lamps and floor lamps to people. My biggest frustration with the lamps most people select is they're too small. I think that lamps need to be substantial. So here are 3 different styles that I picked out. Let's say that you went with that very contemporary black leather sofa. If you went with that contemporary sofa, something like this would look great if you were doing like this piece of art. You see how very contemporary that is? I think that's a really nice look. Let's say you're going to go back to this option that I liked so much. Then I would probably use this lamp right here, where it's got the silver base and the nice white shade. That would look very nice in front of this window. So let's get the perspective. Basically, I'm going to use a white pencil so you can see it on this dark thing here. And then you've got your shades like this, and your lamp here, and your shade like this. You see how that frames that window and that whole space? I think that would look very, very nice. And then you could put something here, a plant like that, in a vase or a jar or some sort of a container. And then for this lamp, love this lamp. Again, this would be awesome in front of a window. This would be great if you were doing something like maybe this art here with the black leather sofa or the tan sofa. This is Oscar. This one is Felicia. And this is Bob. Okay, Sandy, I don't know the names of your pets, but that's what I would call them if they were mine. And I know they have another room they like better, but I bet when they see how this room's going to turn out, they're going to want to come back. Don't be bringing that cat tree with you, though. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think, Sugar? Did you like that design? We got a place for the pups and the kitties. That's right. Hey, thanks for joining us this week on #WWRD. We look forward to seeing you next time. If you're not a subscriber, please consider joining our channel. There's a link right in the description box below, or right here in this video. It says subscribe. Just hit that. If you have not sent your room in yet, please feel free to do that. You can go to our Facebook page, or really just watch this video. Just click right here on my face. It'll take you right to the video on how to enter WWRD. All right, you guys, I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.
I love you. I give you everything you